Hey everyone, this is the Average Halo Gamer, and today I'm going to be doing my first video that isn't about Halo. Now, for anyone that's already subscribed to me, I do want to make one thing very clear. I am not abandoning Halo. It's still in my name, it's still my focus, but there are a lot of things that I'm interested other than Halo, and one of those just happens to be The Legend of Zelda. So I'm really excited about Tears of the Kingdom, which is coming out this Friday. So I got the OLED Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch. Now, before I start unboxing this, I would like to talk about my little problem with special editions. Um, Specifically Zelda special editions, but not only those. So I already have the Animal Crossing Switch. The dock is plugged in, so I don't have it here with me. I love this thing. This was my second Switch. I already had the original Switch at the time. This is not an OLED model. If I remember, yeah, the OLED wasn't even out at this time. Um, but I love Animal Crossing, so I was I had to get this. I almost got the Pokemon OLED, but I decided against it. Um, but I also have three. Well, they're not 3DSs. I guess two of them are 3DSs. One is a 2DS, if I remember correctly. That I just keep on display now. Now, I believe this is the Majora's Mask 3DS. This is the Link Between Worlds 3DS, and this is just a Pikachu one. I don't think this came out with any specific game. But this was my primary one for quite some time. So this is basically until switched to a Switch. This was my primary driver for a while. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to bring these out just to like, talk about. I have a problem with special editions. I also have the Halo Infinite Xbox Series X. Um, if you've gone to my website, you see I have all of the past Halo Xboxes. So I have a problem. So I kind of bought this not needing to. Yes, it is an upgrade because it's the OLED model, and I will talk more about that later. But I this is going to go on display at some point. Is the reality of the situation. So, anyways, um, but let's start with unboxing this thing. I've been putting off unboxing this thing for long enough. Um, I cannot wait to open this and transfer all my stuff over. So the front of the box is beautiful. We got the nice Tears of the Kingdom artwork. Obviously, we got a picture of the console, which we'll look at much closer once we actually open it. And on the back, we have the console again. Other than that, there's a little bit of artwork related to Tears of the Kingdom around it, but nothing too crazy as far as the box is concerned. So let's dive into the box here. Definitely one of the things I always loved about Nintendo is I feel like they've always done a great job with the box. I know the Wii U might have been a failure. Oh, I guess I also forgot until just now. I also have the I believe it was the Wind Waker remake, uh, Wii U, but um, which I should have brought here, but I don't have it with me at the moment. So, but I always feel like Nintendo has done a really good job with their boxes, like the Wii U box, and the Wii box with like those pull out, uh, like sliding drawers almost are just always one of my favorite boxes, especially compared to the PS5, which I strongly believe has a horrendous box. Not that you really need the box, as long as it gets home to you safe, I guess it is what it is. So we got the controllers, just beautiful controllers. Um, these will definitely become my primary drivers for controllers. I feel like they've done a pretty good job where any artwork you have on the controllers um don't get like chipped off or anything, and I take pretty good care of my electronics. I would like to say at least. So now we have the console itself. Obviously, the front of the console is not really that much. Well, it's very different from mine because I don't have the OLED model, but and the back is also different because it's a very different kickstand. Which again, I'll talk about the differences between this and the OLED in a little bit. They're well known by this point. This is not the first OLED model, but why not talk about it a little bit? But we have the little bit of background here. Again, this matches what's on the side of the box. So take this out. We have some documentation here. Nothing too crazy, just standard guidelines and yeah. We have the HDMI cable, the power cable. That's pretty standard stuff by this point. Now we have the remotes. I actually can't remember what this is called right now. I don't know why I can't think of it at the moment, but the Wiimote, not the Wiimote. That goes back. The Switch dock, not the dock, but the controllers go in here. I'll put it in here. Yeah, just like that. I kind of wish that this maybe had Legend of Zelda artwork on it, especially if they could find a way to like make it make the artwork kind of flow from one to the other. Not the biggest deal, but it is kind of like maybe it could have at least been gold, especially in this particular case because they're the same colors. We have one of the straps, and we have the other strap. Now, these are seemingly identical. Yeah, no difference here. Unlike the special edition controllers that they put out for Zelda, which actually I don't, if I remember correctly, they just came out a year ago. They didn't really coincide with the game release, but maybe they did, and I just don't remember right now. Those had special colors for the actual controllers as well, but those controllers were different colors. So, and now we have the dock. Now, this was probably what I was most excited about when I saw this announced was just the look of this dock. I mean, it's just like I could see myself sitting this somewhere, and it's just a piece of art um, on its own. And I felt the same way about um, the Animal Crossing dock as well. It looks beautiful on its own. Now, obviously, just like the Animal Crossing one, there's probably going to be third-party sellers that sell a sticker that looks exactly like this. I'm hoping it comes off in camera, but there is this um, very light part of the logo around here, which is really cute. I kind of wish it looks like it should be 3D. Like feel the um, I could feel the artwork, but you can't. It is flat, but I still think it looks great. It's shiny, and yeah. So obviously on the back here, didn't expect that to pop off. This is like I said, this is my first OLED switch, so was not expecting this to come off, but I guess it just does. We have the AC adapter, we have the HDMI out, and unlike the previous switch, we have the LAN. So we will put this back on here. Let's let's put everything together as it'll look when things are charging. So I'll put it sideways like this so you can see it better in the camera. Now I think obviously like this looks great. Um, can't wait to have this up. The One of the really nice parts, and because my partner does not have an OLED Switch, now we have multiple docks, and I can just have him continue to use this dock when he needs to charge his Switch. So that's actually one of my favorite things about the Switch is the fact that we basically each have our own console, but then we have one thing needed to connect it to the TV. Um, but this is probably going to replace the Animal Crossing one there. Now, I'm going to take a break and, or yeah, I'm going to take a break, transfer all of my data from this Switch to this Switch, and then talk about that. Now, if you are doing this upgrade yourself, or you're upgrading or transferring Switches, regardless of if it's from this to an OLED, whatever, I do want to make an important note that if you played Animal Crossing, that the normal Nintendo Switch transfer will not transfer your game save. Um, there is a free tool that you can download from the eShop for backing up and transferring your Animal Crossing save, and this is because the Animal Crossing save is not unique to you. It is system wide, so that's why you have multiple profiles. They all use the same village or island. So I wanted to make that important note. I'm going to be doing that myself. I don't know how long this process is going to take. I don't even know if I'm going to finish it today, but I'm going to do this transfer, and then I'll come back with my thoughts on the console itself, talk about the OLED model a little bit, and um, yeah, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're back after I actually waited a couple of days before I went to record this. Because I really wanted to really see how I was feeling about the console, and kind of something unexpected happened. Th- This bigger screen, this nicer screen, which I'll definitely talk about more in a second, really kind of reinvigorated my passion for Animal Crossing. Um, which, like I said, that was definitely not something I expected to happen. I actually haven't played Animal Crossing in probably a year, maybe somewhere in that range. I think I may have launched it a couple of times, but nothing nothing really substantive playing. And I've been playing it a fair amount for the last couple of days, and I've been playing it consistently, I think is the big thing. So yeah. Now I want to talk about the transfer process because I'm actually kind of annoyed by this process. Um, so like I said before I took the break, you have to download a special app for Animal Crossing saves. But there's other problems with the way that works. First off, you can't transfer an entire console. You have to transfer it user by user. So while this is my personal Switch, I had multiple other profiles because I wanted to have um, multiple villagers in my island in Animal Crossing. And those were accounts that were not linked to a Nintendo account. So not only could I not transfer multiple users at once, but I also could not transfer those users because they had no Nintendo account associated with them. It's that you just flat out can't do it. So that's particularly frustrating. SD cards also don't transfer. So even though I had a ton of games on my SD card on my old Switch, I moved that SD card to this Switch, and I had to reformat it and re-download everything. So that was pretty annoying. Um, yeah. So the I think Nintendo could do a lot better with the transfer process. I am not looking forward to what this could look like going from a Switch to a theoretical Switch 2, assuming they do a chronological transfer, not chronological, but like a next version of this console, which I have to imagine based on how popular the Switch is, they're going to. But let's go past the transfer issues. I was annoyed by that, but it's done with, so I don't want to dwell on it. Um, so let's talk about the actual hardware, and is this a worthwhile upgrade just on its own? And like I said, this screen, it's bigger, it's brighter, or at least it seems brighter to me. Colors seem better, and I knew that it was going to be better than this Switch. Um, but I didn't quite expect how much better. And what I really didn't expect was that I was going to feel like this Switch was going to put my Steam Deck to shame, which is kind of how I feel now. Like before, it was like, okay, this is the better screen compared to this Switch, or at least it felt that way. Maybe it was the games I was able to play. Like I was able to play Halo on my Steam Deck. I can't do that on the Switch, obviously. But now, like I'm playing games on on my OLED Switch, and I'm just like, I almost don't want to play my Steam Deck, which sucks because like obviously I want to play Halo on there, and obviously I have been, but it's the difference in the screen is so much more than I was expecting. And I mean, yeah, like I was not expecting that big of a difference. So I think the real, where this comes to, the big question here is, should you upgrade to the OLED Switch? Should you get the Legend of Zelda Switch? If you're someone like me, as I've already talked about, who has an addiction to special editions, then yeah, it's, you know, if you can afford it, go for it. If you have an OLED Switch already, it's kind of a hard sell. I'm not gonna lie, like all special editions kind of tend to be a bit of a hard sell in that sense. Unless you have someone that you can give your Switch to. In that case, then you might luck out. Um, I will say if you're in the market for a new Switch and you don't have a Switch right now, I highly recommend spending I think it's $50 extra in the US to get the OLED versus a normal Switch. Like the difference in the screen, I cannot overstate. Um, it is slightly heavier, I do want to say that, but like barely. Like it's like okay, I noticed it was heavier, but it's still lighter than my Steam Deck. So it's really not bad. But I'm really happy that I got this. I'm really happy with the OLED Switch. I'm definitely cannot wait to see what Tears of the Kingdom is going to look like on this thing. I'm actually debating on booting up Breath of the Wild just to do a little bit of a comparison for that. Right now, I'm currently playing a lot of Mario Kart and Animal Crossing, and I might be booting up Metroid Dread. I haven't fully decided yet, but with Tears of the Kingdom currently less than 48 hours away, I don't particularly want to dive into a new game right now because that's definitely going to consume my time. So, um, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. I'm While my video is focused on Halo, obviously that is in my name. I am going to be making videos about non-Halo things. And it's because there's a lot of things in gaming that I'm interested in. Obviously, you see behind me, I love board games. And I would love to talk about some of these board games if people are interested. So let me know in the comments what else you want me to cover, and I will look into doing that. You can also follow me on Twitter at AVG Halo Gamer. And until next time, this is the Average Halo Gamer.